Hi, my name is Leann, and this is how I do it. On this episode, I'm going to be focusing on the rebounds, or also called the fakie. So what you're going to need is your dog. You need some sort of prop that you can sit on, and then visible treats. And what I mean by that is a treat that has a high contrast against the type of ground you're working with. I'm using Stella and Chewy's freeze-dried treats. They're very bright. You can see how easy they are for the dog to see. So I'm going to load up and we're going to get started. Now, Bisky is a 3-year-old cattle dog. She has a good concept of the rebound. She's not completely finished, so you'll be able to possibly see some of the mistakes that a new dog might make through her training. So now that I have my treats, we're going to get Bisky going. I do recommend that you first have your dog know the skill, jump in your arms. You don't have to have it for this trick, but I do think that it makes it much easier if your dog knows how to jump in your arms. And if you aren't sure on that, go ahead and hit back. This Dog University does have a jump in the arms video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sit in the prop, and I'm going to encourage my dog Bisky to jump in my lap, just similar to jumping in your arms. Come here, Bisky. I'm going to make sure this is pretty level here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage her to jump up on my lap. I'll reward her, and then once she's in my lap, I'm going to throw the treat so that she launches off. Come here, Biscuit. Good girl. And like I said, she's practiced this before. Good job. She's in my lap, and then I'm going to throw it off so that she has to push off to get the treat. Come here, Biscuit. We're going to have a jump up. Good job, girly. Jump up here. Biscuit up. Good girl. Rewarding her here, and then tossing the treat out for her. Grab more treats. Now Biscuit's ready to move on to the next level. So the next level is going to be, as soon as she makes contact with my lap, I'm going to toss a treat out so that she is encouraged to push off with her body to go get that treat. So I'm going to have her here in front of me, Biscuit, and then I push my treat out so that she has to launch off. Now, depending on if you're right or left-handed, depends on where your dog is going to approach. Just make sure you practice the same each time with your dog. My dogs know that they're going to come roughly from my left side, and they're going to turn left off my body. If you're right-handed or left-handed, or if your dog turns a different way, you just have to practice with that and see what's going to be easiest for you and your dog. So we're going to do a few more of this. We're going to have Biscuit jump up on my lap, and I'm going to throw the treat to encourage her to push off. Biscuit. Good girl. Over here. Biscuit. There, that was a good one. So I'm trying to really focus on her jumping up, Biscuit, and pushing off with those back legs. And I'm roughly trying to make a V in general. Doesn't have to be that, but that's kind of what I'm going for. She jumps up, and then she goes off that way. Good girl. Have her jump up and push off. Good girl. Once your dog has a good concept of that, you'll move on to the next skill, which will be starting to stand up. Good girl. Try it again. Biscuit. Yeah, there it is. Good job. Now, sometimes when you stand up, the dog can get confused because your body position is completely different than when you are sitting down. So I recommend flipping your chair or whatever prop you have around and kind of leaning on it. You can use a prop, you can use something like a wall, something just to hold yourself up so that you can make not a complete sitting motion, but at least something to give the dog a similar picture of you sitting in the chair. And we're going to try it with Bisky here. You ready, Biscuit? I'm going to have her roughly in front of me. I'm going to encourage her to jump up into my arms/lap, and then I'm going to throw the treat out, trying to make my body look similar to what we had before. Biscuit. Yeah, good job. That's exactly what you're looking for, is the jumping up, good girl, and pushing off with their back feet. Now, if your dog is not pushing off with the back feet, then you might want to take a step back, go a little bit slower, and really focus on them targeting that treat when you push off. You might need a bigger treat, more visible treat, or a higher value treat. Now, if your dog's not super treat motivated, you can use a toy, but they can get a little rather overstimulated or excited. So I usually recommend doing treats if you can. We're gonna do a few more of this with Biscuit. Again, similar body position. Biscuit. Yes, good girl. You can start adding your cue now, whether it be push, rebound, whatever it might be. Biscuit. Yes, good girl. Here, Biscuit. Biscuit. There we go. Good job, Biscuit. Now that she's doing well with me kind of semi-squatted, propping up against the prop, I'm going to remove the prop and stand up normally and see if she'll rebound off my body just standing here. And again, I'm going to still throw the treat out to encourage her to push off my body. So I'm gonna have her here in front of me, same position. I'm gonna encourage her, place. I'm gonna encourage her to jump up, and I'm gonna throw the treat so that she launches off to me. Ready? Biscuit. Yeah, good job. If you have a big dog, you might want to continually practice with your back against a wall. If you have a dog that's 30 or more pounds, they can really push hard into you. Biscuit's only 22 pounds, so she's super easy for me to do it. But you might want to brace. Don't stand with your legs locked because they can push you over, possibly injure yourself or your dog. Biscuit. Oh, so see, she messed up. No treat. Try it again. Go. Yeah, good job. Again, focusing on pushing off with those back feet. Biscuit, go. Nicely done, girl. Ready, go. Good girl. I'm gonna do this over and over and over until she has a good idea that it's important to come up, push off with the back feet. So she didn't do the back feet, so I didn't give her a reward. Ready, go. Yes, there she goes. Wonderful job. Come here, Biscuit. And then eventually, after lots of repetition, you can start adding things like the frisbee or the toy into place instead of the treat. Now again, my name's Leann. Thanks for watching.